Today's segment of Oh Brother is sponsored by Organic Harvest Market and Nutrition Center, Birmingham's largest family-owned natural foods market. Visit them on the web at www.orgharvest.com.
So southern, they'll get up for you for nothing. Take this brother known for man. Need some sisters getting with him. All my sisters are so southern.
I mean, those are sound effects that I think we get to use those way more than any other sound effect.
Those are special effects.
Very special.
Very
and
special.
Today is no exception. You're listening to Oh Brother. I'm Will Lochamy along with Reed Lochamy. It's Monday, the beginning of a new week. Reed, we just forgot to mention that last week was your birthday. We just flew right through it and didn't even say, hey, today's Reed's birthday.
That's true, yeah. Two days ago was my birthday. That's right.
Sure enough. Happy birthday. How'd that turn out?
Thank you. You know, it turned out well. There was a big birthday party.
You were at a big birthday party.
I was at there was a big birthday
birthday
party it was not for me, but it was a birthday party on my birthday. So, and I was there.
And people probably told you happy birthday though at someone else's birthday
that's
party.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, we were at a surprise birthday party for a good friend of ours, and it actually was one of the more successful surprise parties I've ever seen, where he was very surprised.
He was scared.
He was frightened. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks to you for mentioning that, and thanks for a lot of people sent me Facebook messages saying happy birthday, and I appreciate that.
There you go. Okay, so Reed, Monday we always have a to discuss list, something we feel that we need to talk about, and today is one that'll really get your skin a boiling.
Yeah. Now, just to give a little background, Will, if you'll recall, one of the first ever Oh Brother segments, we discussed that police chase in Birmingham. Remember where the police officers chased this guy? I mean, and it was, and in the end, they wound up sort of beating on him a little bit when he was unconscious, and that was kind of why we talked about it. But if you'll recall, they also wound up chasing him for something like 20 miles all around Birmingham and the metropolitan area, the suburbs, things of that nature, and Hoover's where it wound up, resolving itself. And we talked at that time about, should police engage in chases? Because, you're familiar with this debate, I suppose, right?
I am, yeah, and I feel pretty strongly to one side of it. But I do understand the other side to an extent because I'm worried about the civilians, being injured or killed in these chases, which does happen a lot.
So you're saying you feel like, you didn't clarify, you think the police should be able to chase
I think they
suspects.
should be able to, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because if you don't, you end up with lawlessness. I mean, people can just do whatever they want, and they know, well, if I run.
Right.
And, the city we live in, even though you saw that police chase, has pretty strict standards on when you can and can't chase, and it actually takes a lot to be able to chase somebody.
Right. Well, and certainly, the flip side of that argument, you feel like, yes, police should be able to chase people, and I kind of feel the same way, but then the flip side is, there's a certain amount of liability involved because innocent bystanders could be injured. Chases are very dangerous sorts of things.
Right, and a lot of cities have decided now, almost going with a no-chase policy. In fact, Reed, there's a city in South Carolina called Welford, and the mayor there has implemented a no-chase policy.
Yeah, if people have not seen this, I came across this the other day on one of the blogs that I follow, and sure enough, Welford, South Carolina, has instituted a strict no-chase policy. And at first I thought, okay, that's probably smart because police chases with these car chases are very dangerous. Well, it says here...
when you say strict,
very strict,
bold letters here around strict, underlining, italics.
Yes, it says here,
caps lock.
Sallie Peake, who is the mayor, says the policy also includes vehicle chases along with, and get ready for this, pursuits on foot.
You can no longer go after anyone.
Says here, a memo issued, I'm reading from this article I found, a memo issued on September 2nd from Peake to all Welford officers reads, quote, as of this date, there are to be no more foot chases when a suspect runs. I do not want anyone chasing after any suspects whatsoever. End quote.
And she was, I got to look at the one of the quotes, but she was asked, so if an officer sees someone that's 10 feet away from them committing a crime, he can't go after them? And she says, Well, does it say that in the thing?
Right. Does it say that right?
Does it say that?
And there was actually a video of her talking about this, and she seems like a crazy person, just like a total lunatic. Now, Will, it is interesting. People are probably asking, why in the world would a city institute that sort of policy? And this article goes into details to why, and here's the reason. She has said it's because of
workman's comp,
and insurance. Yeah, because officers are being injured in pursuits. And I read in another little addendum to this article, apparently a lot of this is coming out of a case a couple of weeks ago where an officer twisted his ankle while chasing someone, and as a result, she has called off all. So
and it says there what they're spending. I mean, you would think to make such a rash decision like this, they would have to be dropping
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
$500,000 a year in insurance. It's $20,000. Right?
$20,000
is how much they had to pay in insurance.
Now,
stuff
and,
for these
and
officers.
this does seem like a pretty small town. When I watch the video and you see them interview the sheriff or whatever, and of course he said, we'll still be able to do our job because we can still issue warrants, if we can identify the suspect. But here's the thing: is if you are wanting to commit crimes, then what you should do is go to Welford, South Carolina, and just wear a ski mask.
Sure.
And commit as many crimes as you want because they're not going to chase you. They won't be able to identify you if you're just wearing a mask. You're scot-free. You are scot-free.
It's really unbelievable. I mean, think about back in the day, not our day, but back in like our parents and maybe our grandparents' days. You didn't run from the cops at all because you know what would happen.
They would shoot you.
You would get shot.
Yeah,
I mean, you were not allowed to run from the police.
That's right.
So anyway, and then it kind of progressed where obviously they can't just shoot you anymore. But now getting to where they can't even chase you at all.
Well,
I mean, this woman's an idiot.
This is craziness, yeah. I don't really even know what else to say about it apart from just that it's just nuts. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I think that, here's the thing, though. And we talked once again about that Birmingham police chase thing. There is a fine line here. I mean, you do want police to act in a sensible manner, because you don't want, police chases, but now foot chases, that's not even dangerous, really.
No. You're talking about some sprained ankles and stuff like that. And listen, a sprained ankle hurts.
Sprained ankle.
I'm not going to lie. I was out of commission
painful.
for like 6 months having to wear a brace there. But with this said, this woman's an idiot, and the people that elected her, they maybe they all deserve this in Welford.
This is a good,
maybe they all deserve this.
I'd be curious to get some more reaction from the people that live in Welford, South Carolina. Speaking of reaction, Will, I'm going to talk about something real quickly. People, don't forget, we have an email address here on the show. It is obrotherradio@gmail.com. That's ohbrotherradio@gmail.com. If you have comments about not only this segment, but any segment that you hear, then you should send us an email at obrotherradio@gmail.com. And that also goes for if you have interesting ideas for segments. Like if you come across a news story like this, we keep up with the news pretty closely, but we can't catch everything. So if you see a news article that you think, hey, this is worth talking about or interesting, send us an email at obrotherradio@gmail.com. And Will, another new thing that you're doing now is these YouTube videos you're putting together. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, I'm trying to put each segment on YouTube. And it's not the whole segment, but it's almost the whole segment.
It's like the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, and you'll get like pictures also. So
you're doing a good job with that,
I'll try to have a picture of this crazy woman, this mayor.
Yeah.
As you're listening to this segment, you can say, oh, and that's what that crazy woman looks like.
What's the best way for people to find these YouTube videos if they want to?
Well, I'm learning, but I think you can just search "Oh Brother" would be the way. And I know, like, if it's an interview with somebody, Oh Brother Radio, because Oh Brother, Where Art Thou has really
great movie
has really taken us on all that. But you could search, like the Paul Feinbaum interview.